Hi, welcome back to another video. If you are anything like me, you know how important it is to keep your blood pressure in check. For many of us, managing high blood pressure means relying on medication, diet, and exercise. In this video, I will share with you a simple yet scientifically proven way to lower high blood pressure, and it doesn't involve pills. And you can even do this at home. It is one of those things that not many people talk about, but trust me, it really works. So watch till the end of this video and I'm going to dive into how this drug-free method can help bring your blood pressure down naturally. And I will share some personal tips along the way based on my experience working with those who have successfully lowered their blood pressure using this method. But before we go further, could I ask you for a small favor by hitting the like button, subscribe and sharing your thoughts or feedback in the comments below. This will help me to reach a wider audience. Thank you. Why high blood pressure is such a big deal? Essentially, it means your heart has to work harder to pump blood, which can cause strain on your arteries and organs. Over time, if left untreated, it can lead to some serious health problems like heart disease, stroke, or kidney damage. So what can we do about it? Well, medication are one option, but I'm all about finding natural ways to support the body. Stretching, believe it or not, is a great tool in your hypertension management toolbox. But how exactly does it work? Well, it is not magic. It is all about science. Let's look at this 2021 study in the Journal of Physical Activity and Health, comparing two types of exercise for people with mild high blood pressure. In the first group, they asked participants to walk 5 times a week for 30 minutes each time. And the second group was asked not to work, but to stretch for 30 minutes 5 times per week. By the end of 8 weeks, they found that those in the stretching groups had decreased their blood pressure by an average of 6 points, while the walking group's blood pressure had actually got worse. The results of this study make perfect sense. Let's explain how stretching works, and then I'm going to show you the perfect routine so you can replicate these results at home. So, how does stretching help? Well, static stretching works in 3 ways. When we stretch, we're not just lengthening muscles, we're also relieving tension. Think about how stiff you feel after a long day of sitting at the desk. That stiffness isn't just uncomfortable, it can also lead to high blood pressure because tight muscles can restrict blood flow. Stretching loosens up those muscles, help the blood flow more freely and ultimately reduces pressure on the heart. Secondly, it actually loosens up the arteries and the veins inside your body. It genuinely reduces their stiffness because when you stretch, you're not just stretching your muscles, you're stretching everything else as well, including your veins and arteries. And then the third way that stretching works is that it activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the part of the nervous system associated with relaxation. And when you activate it by stretching, it causes the blood vessels to vasodilate and widen, which reduces blood pressure. So here is a great stretching routine with the potential to help you reduce high blood pressure. But before I do that, I just need to make you aware that not every stretch is suitable for every person. And if these cause you any pain, just avoid them. And the content of this video is for information purposes only and should not replace medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your exercise or medication routine. Now, as we are doing this stretching routine with a view to lower your blood pressure, it is particularly important that you focus on deep breathing as you relax into these stretches, because the slow, deep breath, especially the exhales, will help you to lower your blood pressure further. And unlike in the study where they did 30 minutes of stretching, we're going to try and get enough done in 5 minutes to still achieve a positive result for you. So we're going to start off with the standing forward bend, which stretches the fascia and muscles of your entire posterior chain. And partially inverting your body allows for fresh blood flow to the brain and enhances stimulation to 2 key hormonal glands in the brain, the pituitary and pineal glands. The forward fold calms the nervous system, making it a great pose to practice when you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed. So start with your feet either hip width apart or feet together, with your weight evenly distributed across both feet, and your arms are relaxed by your sides. As you inhale, reach your arms up, elongating your spine. On your exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward. Let the weight of your head and the neck help to deepen the stretch. Depending on your flexibility, reach your hands to your shin, feet, or floor. Hold this position for 3 to 5 breaths, which is equivalent to about 30 seconds. If your hamstrings or lower back are tight, soften your knees to take the strain off your posterior body. The next stretch is called the crossbody shoulder stretch. You can do this standing or seated, but for the purpose of blood pressure reduction and relaxation, seated is preferred. And all you need for this is a chair. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Now take one of your arms and put it out in front of you. Now bring that arm across your body without moving your spine. Now use the other hand to hug that arm into your chest. You should feel a stretch in the back of your shoulder. Hold it there for 30 seconds, breathing deeply into the stretch. And then after that 30 seconds, swap sides. So take the other arm out, take it across your body like this, and use the other hand to hug it into your chest. And then again hold for 30 seconds and exhale deeply into the stretch. Now we're going to move on to the next exercise, and we're going to do a glute stretch, which tends to get very tight with prolonged sitting. Now with the same chair, but this time I want you to shuffle back so that you are in a backrest like this. And bring one of your legs up so that your shin is resting on the opposite thigh. Just let that knee drop down and away from you. And you could feel one of two things. You might feel a stretch in your groin, or you might feel a stretch in your butt. Either of those is totally fine. From here, take both of your hands around your knee and then pull that knee up and across you towards the opposite shoulder. Now once you have got that position there, you should feel a stretch now firmly in your glute. This is a lovely position to stretch your glute muscles, which can get very tight for those who spend a lot of time sitting. And again, we're just going to hold that stretch for 30 seconds, breathing deeply throughout. Now after you have done that, you're then going to drop your leg down back to where it was, before bringing your back away from the chair so that you're now suspended. And you're going to put your hands on top of the knee. And now we're going to push the knee down away from you while keeping a straight spine. Now again, I can feel the stretch in the glute, but in a slightly different location. So again, 30 seconds in this position with nice deep breaths. So you have done 1 minute in total on this leg. Now we're going to swap sides. So again, this leg comes up like this. Rest the shin on the leg. Sit back in your backrest. Bring the hands around the knee up and cross towards the opposite shoulder. Once you can feel the stretch there, you're just going to hold it for 30 seconds with nice, smooth, deep breathing again. Then once you have done your 30 seconds, drop that leg down, hand on top of the knee. Come away from the backrest, sit up nice and tall, push the knee down, and you will feel again a different stretch. Hold for 30 seconds, nice deep breathing throughout. We can now move on to the seated hamstring stretch. When hamstrings get tight, typically caused by prolonged sitting, they can cause problems with your hips and also your lower back as well. Now just as a word of warning, if you have sciatica, hamstring stretches are usually a bad idea because they tend to also stretch the sciatic nerve. But if you don't, this is a great stretch to do. So find your chair and come right to the edge of it. So you're now perched over your sitting bones. Straighten out the leg that you are going to stretch and keep the other knee bent with your feet flat on the floor. Now for the leg to be stretched, I want that foot to remain floppy throughout. And don't dorsiflex your foot, because all that does is that you stretch the sciatic nerve, which is not the intention of this stretch. You can keep a very slight bend in this knee. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Put both of your hands on your bent knee, sit up nice and tall with a straight spine. From here, you're going to hinge forward at the hips until you feel a stretch coming down the back of your leg. With an intensity of a 4 or 5 out of 10 and no more than that. Breathe deeply and sink into that stretch as you exhale. And hold the stretch again for 30 seconds. And now once you have done your 30 seconds, you can relax. You can bend that knee off and repeat with the other side. So put the other leg out, keep the foot floppy. With a slight bend in the knee here. Keep your back nice and tall. Lean forward just until you feel that stretch. And then hold for 30 seconds. Remember, deep breathing throughout. And the final stretch we're going to do in today's routine is the calf stretch. This is not just a great stretch for reducing high blood pressure. It is literally one of the best stretches you can do to improve the health of the lower half of your body, especially after a long day. By stretching your calves, you're helping to relieve pressure in the lower legs and improving circulation throughout your body. A simple calf stretch can do wonders for your blood flow, and it is something you can do pretty much anywhere. You're just going to need a wall to put your hands against, so put your 2 hands against the wall like this. And then the leg to be stretched is going to go out behind you with your back heel down on the floor and both feet pointing forward, completely parallel. Now what we're going to do is to keep this back leg nice and straight and then bend the front knee, keeping the back heel on the floor until you start to feel a stretch in your calf muscle at the back there. Now once you have got that stretch, you're going to hold it there for 30 seconds. Just about 4 to 5 out of 10 intensity. And again, keep breathing. That nice, slow out breath will help with your blood pressure and just to dilate those blood vessels. And once you have done your 30 seconds, swap over to the other side. And this is a lovely stretch actually to come back to multiple times a day. You only need to do it once on each side, 30 seconds at a time. But maybe 3 to 4 times a day would give you the best results. So stretching sounds easy, right? But there are some common mistakes I've seen that could actually do more harm than good. Let's go over them very briefly so you can avoid them and get the most out of your routine. The first one is overstretching. And then the second one is forgetting to breathe. And thirdly, doing it too quickly. So stretching is a simple, natural way to lower your blood pressure by improving circulation, relieving tension, and reducing stress. However, it is not a replacement for medication, but when used alongside with other treatment, it can be incredibly effective. Regularity is key. Stick with it, and you will likely start seeing results in just a few weeks. Anyway, that's the whole routine. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have learned something, do drop a comment below, because we love to read your thoughts and we would like to see you again on the next one. Until next week, take care. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like this video, please click the like button. Please leave your comments below and share this video. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future weekly video release. Please also subscribe to this channel. This is free of charge but will help the channel to grow. If you're interested in improving your health and fitness or losing weight, if you suffer from or wish to prevent back pain, please take a look at my book, which is now available from Amazon worldwide. Thank you.